What's going on, brother? Today we're going to talk about how muscles grow. And why is that important? Well, if the muscles don't grow, brother, they're probably doing the opposite, right? They're probably shrinking, okay? So we're going to talk about how muscles grow. Okay, and if you're new here, my name's Gino, and for the last 12 years of my life, I've worked as a men's fitness and personal development coach, helping men just like you build their first 25 pounds of muscle. So let's jump into it today and learn how muscles grow. Well, there's really only three phases. I'm going to make it very simple for you, okay? There's a damage phase, there's a nourish phase, and then there's a repair phase, okay? Really three different opportunities for you to help you build muscle, okay? So damage phase is the first one. Now, you need to make sure that you're lifting heavy enough and with good intensity. Look, you shouldn't be using the dumbbells the cougar at your gym's doing on the treadmill. You know what I'm saying, with the toned shoulders, okay? Those are way too light, dude. You need to train heavy enough. I know in other videos I say you don't need to train heavy, but you need to train heavy enough. It needs to be taxing for you, okay? Because otherwise we're not gonna put enough stress on those muscles for them to actually break down and for our body to see a necessity to repair them and make them stronger, okay? So you wanna make sure that you have enough weight and also intensity. Look, guys, if you look like you're barely putting in any effort, okay, you're probably not going to make any progress, okay? You need to push yourself. I want to see the toddler faces when you're working out. You know, get into it. Push yourself a little bit. Nobody's there to make fun of you. The only people to make fun of are, I'll be gentle on them, but the stay-at-home dads. All right, so the micro-tearing inside the muscle is what creates the soreness. So if you have a proper intensity in place, right, and you have enough weight, you'll actually cause micro-tearing inside the muscle, okay? Now, micro-tearing is good because you don't want big tears. You need surgery for that shit, right? You want micro-tears. You want little tiny parts of the muscle to break apart because what will end up happening is when your body repairs it, it'll make it bigger. It'll make it stronger, okay? And your body has two different options when this takes place. So you get the micro-tearing after the hard, intense workout that you're doing, right? Your body has two options. Do I rebuild the muscle or do I break it down? Now that's going to depend a lot on the second phase, which is the nourishment phase. Does your body have enough supplies? Have you fed it enough? So let's talk about that a little bit. So in the nourish phase, what you want to understand is that your body needs calories, right? Calories is just another way of saying energy, okay? Your body needs energy to rebuild muscle because your body can't just do something from nothing, right? You're not a plant. You can't sit outside and fucking absorb the sun and just grow. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so your body needs some energy. It needs an energy source from somewhere, and that's what comes from your food. That's why you need calories, okay? It's an energy source for your body. And if you don't have enough energy, your body can't build the muscle, okay? And you also want to make sure that you have protein, okay? Protein is like the bricks to the building, okay? Protein is the little parts that go into the muscle to help repair it, okay? Muscles are made out of protein. So the more protein you eat, the more muscle that you can rebuild, okay? So you want to make sure that you're having enough protein. Protein is anything that runs, swims, or flies, okay? None of the plant-based stuff. If you know, look at the vegans. None of them got any muscle, okay? So let's go to peri-workout nutrition. Another thing that you can utilize inside the nutrition phase is something called peri-workout nutrition, okay? If you learn to eat this way around your workout, which is what this means, okay, you can actually trigger key muscle-building hormones. And one of the ways that you do that is by having carbohydrates, okay, like rices, potatoes, fruit. When you have these things around your workout, it'll actually increase something called insulin in your body. Insulin is the most anabolic or most growth hormone inside the body, okay? It makes everything in your body grow. And if you spike that around your workout when you're pumping a bunch of blood to the muscles, well, then you're going to influence the muscles to grow, okay? So the nourishment phase, you can use something like called peri-workout nutrition. I actually have another video that I talk about this more in depth that I'll link above here if you want to learn more about that. Okay, so what's next is going to be the repair phase. So you broke down the muscle, you gave it the proper supplies, what does it do next? Well, it's got to repair it now. So after your body damages a muscle, and after you've nourished it and given it the right supplies, then we're going to go to the repair phase, okay? Now, the repair phase, as long as you give your body enough supplies in a good timeline, right? You can't wait 6 hours to eat something after your workout, okay? You need to give your body like a pretty realistic timeline. We'll say anywhere from 30 to an hour and 30 minutes max you should wait after your workout to eat something. So if you go longer than that period of time, it's probably not a good thing for repairing muscle, okay? So you have the right supplies in a reasonable timeline. It puts your body in something called an anabolic phase. Okay? Now, an anabolic phase just means it's getting bigger, right? You hear anabolic steroids, ugh, big, right? It's just a response in your body. It's called a growth phase, okay? They call it anabolic phase, okay? It'll create this anabolic response in your body through something called muscle protein synthesis. Now, remember when I talked about that protein and how it rebuilds the muscle? Well, this is the process that it actually does it with, okay? It's called muscle protein synthesis. So it's like your body's taking the protein and it's converting it into muscle. Taking the protein, converting it into muscle. Okay? So that's what happens in the repair phase, as long as there's enough supplies and a realistic timeline here. Now, it takes about 72 hours for this phase to complete itself. Okay? A muscle needs 72 hours, guys, in order for it to fully heal. Okay? So make sure you're giving your body adequate rest. Okay? Which is going to lead us to our next point. You want to recover with staying hydrated. Okay? Look, I know it sounds simple, but listen, muscle loves water. Okay? It's something called hydrophilic. Okay? Fat hates water. It's hydrophobic. Scared of water. Ah, shit. Run for the hills. You know? So the more water you drink, the more muscle that you can actually build, okay? So you need to make sure you stay hydrated for this repair phase, because it'll also help flush all that toxic shit out of your body that you build up from working out, okay? And you want to stay stress-free, okay? You don't want to be going outside and screaming at your neighbor, okay? You want to stay stress-free, okay? Because when you create stress in the body, especially after a workout, you'll actually trigger something called a catabolic response, which means when your body breaks shit down. Because you're inflaming yourself again. You're getting all stressed out. Your body's starting to panic. Okay, so it's not an ideal condition to build muscle, so it's going to do the opposite. It's going to break it down, okay? So when it comes to how muscles grow, there's really only 3 phases, guys. There's a damage phase, the nourish phase, and the repair phase,